Good evening, everyone. Jerry here, and the tank. It's just today and last night I trimmed all of the hair grass and I edged some of it. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's been, goodness, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks since I mowed it in terms of height. It had looked good, a lot of it, but there was about, I would say, 30 to 40% where some patches of hair grass had grown, as much as, 2 to 4 inches high, and, that's higher than I'd like. So I trimmed it all up. It looks pretty good, I think. The fish are looking good. You'll see, probably those with better eyes than me, that the rocks do, in fact, have, like a green algae covering them. Not covering them, but on them. But honestly, it looks nice, and it seems to spread slow, and Excel doesn't do much for it. So, I don't know. But enjoy. I'll shut up and... Well, I'm not going to shut up because I'm going to explain some of what I'm doing, but, enjoy the look of the tank. Hope everything is well. So here in the front, you can see it's been, I don't know, it's been a while now since I had culled the front of it away, and you can see I pushed it back a good 2 inches, so you can see that it's very near to coming all the way up front. I have not taken up Tom's idea to remove some of the ADA in front. So you can see there's already roots in the front. But if I were to lower the ADA here, and say lower it here, what'll happen is the hair grass will just, all you'll see is that. And you can see the way it comes right up against the glass, that it would work pretty well that way. Alright, so here is, that is a male Apistogramma nijensi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that. That's the panda cichlid, and this, I believe, is one of the smaller females. So they're very subtly shaded, delicate colors, but in breeding condition they'll really stand out. And with the cardinals being so bright, I wanted something a little bit more subtle. And I've had them before, and they're really nice fish. So here you can see a section that I culled for Tom about, I think it'll be 2 weeks ago this Friday. So, he had wanted that, and I was able to get it for him. So I was happy to help him there. Sorry. Okay, here now. Sorry about all that, I was distracted. So here today in the back, well, I guess you would call it the back, I just trimmed this. Now you can see the one on the end, I didn't do too bad a job by hand. The one here on the back, I'm very uneven, I'm horrible that way. I should take a thin ruler type piece of wood and just cut along that, but it's much more fun to just hack away at it. So what I did here is you can see, there's where I removed it. And here's where I left it. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors and I'll show you how easily it just, comes up once you start trimming it. Here's a shot of some of my ottos. They really like to group together. They're, honestly, I really like them as fish themselves. People think they're just cleaners, but they're really well, they don't show liveliness there, but they're nice fish. I like them. Here's a pennywort. I cut that today a little bit. Used some in the other tanks. Okay, there's one of the, is that cherry shrimp? Yes it is. Okay, you can see probably, on the rocks, the different, you can see the spots of green, and the algae. On the back here, there is none, because there's none that grew there or there, so, that still looks pristine. I'm going to consult with Tom and, keep working on trying to clean them, but it looks pretty good. So the other thing I did is I moved this outlet here. It used to be over here on this corner, but now, I moved it over a couple days ago, and the current seems fine. The fish don't seem to mind. The plants haven't disintegrated, so I'm thinking it might be okay. But the nice thing about it is it now allows me, when I sit here, and I should have done this years ago for all those people giggling to themselves and thinking what a dummy. But you can see now, if I sit here, that is no longer visible, which is a really nice thing. And the other thing is when I sit in my normal spot here, right, and I look at this end, I can't see it where it used to be very visible. So this is from the couch, so you can definitely see the green in the rocks, especially the ones over to the right where the fish are in front. But like I said, it looks nice, so you know, we'll see. All right. So here are two pairs of scissors. Here is a nice trimming pair that I got at Henry's Fish Store. They're pretty sharp. They got a nice long handle. Personally, I would prefer the cutting blade to be this length and the handle to be this, because then it would cut more area. I'm going to work on that. So a lot of times I just use a pair of, you know, cheap kitchen shears, you know, and they work just fine, as I'll demonstrate, hopefully. Okay, my 20-pounder. So here you can see where, you know, I left off. So what we'll do here, ordinarily, and keep in mind, ordinarily the water would be off, so you wouldn't see this rippling. It would be easier to see, but you can do it one of two ways, right? So you just basically position your scissors along where you want to cut. Make sure that you get, see, it's okay to sink the scissor into the ADA, because ADA is soft, and just go gently and slowly so you can chase any fish or shrimp out of there, and just cut and move forward at the same time, right? So you will get some, obviously, debris, but the nice thing about hairgrass is it floats right up and you know, gets sucked into the overflow teeth, and then it accumulates quickly, and then I'm able to just pull it out. So here now, this is basically a section of sod. So you'll see as I gently pull on the hairgrass, see, you get the section, the length of where you cut, right? So I'll just break it here so you can see, right? And then, yeah, some ADA dust is dislodged, but honestly, I didn't think that was that. I don't think that's that horrible. So it floats away, and you know, in a second you hardly know it's there. So here now I have a plug of hairgrass. You know, I would say what, you know, an inch wide by, you know, 6 inches. Okay? We'll just put that up here on the rock, and you just have a little more. So, and then you would ordinarily trim this, you know. And then if you were done, you basically can just tuck the roots back in and then push a little ADA over it, right? See, like this. See, and then you don't see the roots. And in a couple of weeks, that should grow right back up to the wall again. You know, so I was able to use this hairgrass that I trimmed today and put back in the 75, because that I'd had some problems with that and had to redo it. So that's it. You know, I think things are going well. We'll be at the 90-day mark soon. I'm really pretty happy with the health of the tank. You know, I don't really care too much about the algae on the rocks. I mean, you know, I don't think they're going to get totally covered or anything. So we'll see what happens. You know, but the fish are healthy, which is the #1 priority. You know, the hairgrass is still doing well. You know, filters are doing well. So here's what I'm talking about. This is how nice it is just keeping hairgrass. So here's the overflow teeth on my CPR, and there's my Herbie. Not too loud, I don't think. Right? Okay. So basically, you'll see the hairgrass just accumulates right here, and I'm able to just take my fingers and just boom, and then look. See, all that was accumulated, and you can see the hairgrass. Well, maybe you can't, but there's some little pieces floating, you know, and they'll go right into the teeth. So last night when I did this, you know, after the big trim, I just turned on the filter, and every 20 or 30 seconds a whole lot of hairgrass accumulated in the teeth, overflow teeth, and I wiped them away and tossed them. It was very, very quick and easy cleanup. You know, I have to admit, you know, the tank is a joy to maintain, because I don't trim it that often, and you know, I don't edge it that often. But here you can see the height. I'm sorry about my hand and the reflection. You can see the height is much different. You know, it was pretty much as tall as where the fish are in some cases. Right? And here's all the front. I missed a few pieces here and there. I mean, you could always go back and, you know, as I look at it over the next 24 hours or so. Oh, there's a piece. See, there's one of the Pandas. Oh, here's a little section. Here's a little piece where I could trim a little bit. But you can see in the valleys and things, I think it looks pretty good. I didn't do too bad a job. You know? But all in all, I think it looks great. This one or two of these valleys are a little bit tough to get into. My hand is a little bit fat for that, but that's where the long-handled scissors with the short blade come in handy. You know, so it looks pretty good. Like I said, it's one of the Panda. I keep saying Cories, but I know they're Pistos because I used to have Panda Cories, so that's why I think that all the time. All right, well, we're past the 10-minute mark. I hope, as I said, everyone's doing well. Things are going well here. You know, here's my handful of hair grass that I just trimmed out of the back, so I'll just toss this into the 75, and go from there. Fish are doing well, I think. Getting fatter and larger, good color. I think maybe in a couple of months I might, you know, add, say, 40 or 50 juvenile cardinals, because what happens is, you know, that gives you a nice mixture of sizes as well. And, you know, eventually as some of the older ones may pass away, those will take their place. You know, and it looks very natural too to have a large, you know, selection of sizes. So here's some more of my Ottos hanging out in a group up front. You know, they really like this right side of the tank. I'm not sure exactly why, but they're almost, I find them over on this edge 99% of the time when they're at rest. So the fish look pretty good, I think. The hair grass looks pretty good. The scape looks pretty good. That's an understatement. But yeah, I think Tom did a great job, and you know, so far I think I've been maintaining it pretty well, and it looks pretty healthy. And you know, I don't do too much to it other than, you know, regular water changes. I'm really bad on EI, but I do a large weekly water change, and I just run my sump, you know, in the CO2, and I have been lowering the CO2 over the last week a tiny bit at a time, and so far so good. So I think I'm using way more than I need to, and we'll prove that out. But slow and easy, because I don't, you know, if I have to keep replacing it as often as I did, it still maintains the health, so that's what's important. All right, later everyone, have a good one.